This is the first show of many shows to come of Heart of the Matter with Shawn the Baptist. This is Delaney McCraney Norris. I am Shawn McCraney. That goes by the stage name of Shawn the Baptist. We're a team, so she's Shawn the Baptist too, so you don't take it too seriously. But we take it seriously too, because we think something needs to be done, and we're going to do our part whether you like it or not.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah. We want to keep this a fast-paced, fast-clip show so that you can understand who we are and what we're about. But the first thing to know is, if you want to know about Shawn the Baptist, go to
meetshawnthebaptist.com. Go to any social media channels. Meet Shawn the Baptist is the handle.
Yeah, and what's the meet refer to?
It is hoping that people come out and meet you as you kind of wander the nation. Starting in Utah this fall, we're going to the deserts all throughout Utah, and we're inviting people to come out and meet you.
Yeah, and we hope that if you have an interest in religion, spiritual things, from any denomination or non-denomination, you'll come out, because we want to present to you findings of 40 years, essentially, that our family stands behind, and we think they're important.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on.
All right, so we're going to have segments of this show, quickly moving, and the first segment we're going to have are models, meaning we are going to give you some models so that you can just see what a Yeshuan is all about.
All right, so models. The first one we're doing is the Yeshuan apologetic versus the historical approach.
Yeah.
So let's look at this.
So look at the middle column, points of view. What's the basis for the approach? Well, over to the left, the historical approach is the unfinished work of Christ. This is what all churches today tend to do. We want to save people from hell.
Yeah.
Okay? Christ did not do it. People are still dying and going to hell.
Yeah, and what does the Yeshuan believe?
Yeshuans say that Christ reconciled the world to the Father. That former age where people were going to hell ended, and all have been reconciled and no one goes to hell anymore.
How can you say that?
We use the scripture to show what contextually happened back in the day.
And what do the historical people hinge their
beliefs on?
Yes.
It's all predicated on, pretty much, the second coming of Christ. We say he came. We think we can prove better he came when he said he would than they can prove he didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, the audience. Anyone not a true Christian?
That's right. Anyone who's not a true Christian is the Christian audience. Are you a true Christian? No.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the historical approach. If you're not a Christian, if you're a Hindu, Muslim, Baptist, you are our audience. An atheist, a Mormon, anybody who doesn't think like me is our audience.
And so they go out and they target and evangelize these people.
Yes.
And then the audience, their own people, they don't really care about after that point.
That's right. Well, typically, I mean, it just depends on the denomination, but generally speaking, and they'll care about them as long as they conform.
Right. That's the. Okay.
Once they stop conforming, no more care.
Okay. And the Yeshuan approach?
Anyone interested in seeking, learning, growing, uniting from their own respective faith.
So it's not it's for people interested in questioning. It's not a mission to go out and save the world.
No, and it's not us giving them an objective set of truths to follow. We let them determine the truths they want to follow without judgment. We just teach what we've discovered and let people accept it or not.
All right.
Third,
the purpose.
The poipus.
What's the purpose of the historical approach to Christianity?
To save people from hell so that when they die, they go to heaven.
Yeah.
It's everybody. I mean, they just say it blindly.
Yeah.
That's
and
the thing.
If you're going to hell, you're lost, you're in the dark, and our objective is to, okay.
Yeah. And ours is to share God in spirit and truth without any kind of afterlife assessment on our part in terms of he's mad at you, he's not. It's just you will trust that the finished work of Christ set the table for everybody to believe as they're going to believe.
All right. The assumption and motivation.
All denominationally correct people are wrong. Everyone who is not correct according to the denomination, is wrong. This is what Christianity has done ad nauseum for nearly 2,000 years.
And there's like eternal consequences for being wrong.
Oh boy, are there ever. One is called hell and one is called not heaven.
Yeah.
And the Yeshuan thing is Christ has had the victory over all things in heaven and earth, and God has been reconciled to the world. We're all wrong. We're wrong in one way or another. We don't have everything right, so let's just realize that and get along.
And how, do you want to clarify you're not a universalist?
Oh, I'm not a universalist because I'm a universalist in the sense that Christ paid for the sins of the whole world unconditionally. So therefore, God is not angry at anybody anymore. But that doesn't take them into the New Jerusalem. The New Jerusalem, the kingdom of the New Jerusalem above, is specifically for those of people of faith. The destination after this life is a heavenly realm of some sort, but it contains a New Jerusalem kingdom, and that is the goal for people who want to be in proximity to God. We talk about that.
Okay. What's the hope?
The hope for the historic way is to convert everyone to the missionaries' way of believing and living through baptisms, getting them memberships, conversions, And the hope from a Yeshuan is seekers can find reasonable answers to ancient biblical faith, and we just do all we can to help educate. It really is education. Theirs is religion, ours is education.
Then the message?
The message from the historicists of historical Christians is really believe, really wince and believe, and be saved according to doctrine and practice and what you do from there on out, typically. Our message is one of mercy first, and unity among all people, especially people of faith, but really among all people.
All right.
That's a summary model that will do every show.
Yes, a different model
Yeah,
each
different
show.
model each show.
All right. Thank you, Shawn the Baptist.
All right.
Let's move on to some Ask Shawn the Baptist
Yeah,
questions.
Delaney said, do we want to set this up or do we not? Well, I said, let's just keep it fresh. She's going by the Spirit. I'm going by the Spirit. Spirit of man, Spirit of Christ. We don't know. Let's see.
All right, I'm going to be recording on my phone some questions right here. Shawn the Baptist.
Can I mug for the camera or do I have to be serious?
You can mug. How can you possibly say that when you believe in Christ, that you shouldn't go out and tell everybody about him?
Well, I'm not saying you shouldn't tell it, but it should not be unsolicited. Those days are over because we're not saving people from hell. We don't have to unsolicited share him because he has already saved everybody from their sin.
But you're not a universalist?
No, I'm not a universalist because everybody hasn't been saved to the New Jerusalem above, but they've been saved from their sin. Okay. So we let every human being in their course of life, where they were raised by whatever parents in religion, have that course, and we just are there to love them and share truth.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Let's do another one.
All right.
Shawn the Baptist, you teach the Bible, but everything that you're doing is going against the Bible. How could you do that?
You questionnaire. So untrue. Nothing I'm doing is going against the Bible. Nothing. It's all just about context. In the Bible, there were things that were for that day and age and that were taken care of. And today, the Bible talks about things for our day and age. They're very, very different. Most Christian people, most Bible studiers do not see that difference. So we stand on everything we're doing is biblically supported. It just won't concur with your stupid traditions and the things your pastors have told you.
Okay, let's do another. Shawn the Baptist. Oh, Delaney got lost in her words. Hold on.
Oh, the questioner got tripped up.
Wait, okay. Shawn the Baptist, does any person have the Bible correct, or any group?
No, nobody has everything correct ever. The only one who did was Christ. The rest of us see through a glass darkly, and that means Muslims can learn from Christians, Christians can learn from Muslims, Jews can learn from Muslims, Protestants can learn from Catholics, Mormons can learn from Protestants, and people can learn from Mormons. Let's get over the division. Let's unite. Let's stop this bullshit. And bullshit, there's real thing. It's shit that comes from a bowl. Grow the fuck up. Let's get on it and let's get rid of these traditions that are so ruinous to our souls.
Yeah. Okay, let's do one last one from the comments. Shawn
This is fun.
Shawn the Baptist, are you starting a cult?
No, but everything is cultic, so that's kind of a loosely answered question. But I'll tell you what, we do not control anybody over anything ever. If you think we do, Fanopole.
All right.
I don't care. I'm going to be what I am in this world, and I am sick of trying to cater to the religionist things. I'm just going to be what I am. God made me this way. People know my heart. I serve him. I can do this. That's it. Let's go.
That's
All right.
great. Well, that leads us into arts aesthetica.
And arts-catecture, I want to add.
Arts-catecture. Okay.
Yeah. Arts-aesthetica and arts-catecture.
Wow, you're really giving me a mouthful here.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong. Okay.
I didn't say a word, you perverse human of moral corruption going to burn in everlasting fire from your sin.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. We had an experience. We had some kids here to debate Shawn the Baptist. It was fun, from the Ratio Christi group. And I had an experience that we wanted to share, and we can expand on it a little bit.
Yeah, I am hot about this. It's part of something that's really important to me personally, and I hope that it will really flow over to who you are in your life in God.
Okay.
So what happened? We don't have to share names or times.
Okay, someone that regularly comes to this, I guess I'll just say, came up and asked me many questions, as the Ratio Christi people do, because that's their objective, is questions until you want to fall in a corner. So I was caught on my heels at the end of a long series of questions, and it was about how we make money and how we do this and blah, 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 blah. And at the end of it, it was, we're in this room with a bunch of art around us, and all the art is produced by Shawn the Baptist. And they know that. They know it's his art, and I'm his daughter. And they say, do you really like his art? Like, you can be honest. Do you really like it? They literally said that. You can be honest. Do you really like it?
Now I want to respond to that.
Oh.
I want to respond to it in the setting from which it was said and from the person and the group that she belonged to who said it. If it was an art show, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Correct.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't like the art, you're going to an art show.
Yeah. And they have the right to question that art, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But what it does, it's what religionists do when they're trying to undermine the credibility of somebody. They will look at anything about them and bring it into the conversation. And she took you, my daughter, and tried to undermine so she could get a bead on what you really think about this crazy art.
And that's not speculative, because every time there is some sort of little seed at the end that's like, do you really want to work for your dad? Do you really want to do this work? As if I don't have any involvement in this of my own, but
constantly trying to undermine. And listen, when the scribes and Pharisees came to Yeshua, he knew what they were doing. And so he would call them out. And I can see what they're doing. I have the Spirit of Christ in me. That's exactly what they're doing. But it doesn't start and end with art. That's just our thing. I mean, are they really a Christian if they own bars?
Yeah.
Is that guy really a Christian who's in corn?
Yeah.
And all of these cultural things that religionists use to keep believers in their culture and their way. I can't stand it, and I fight against it with everything I got. I want to talk. We have a thing. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the first time we'll spend 1 minute on it. My art, I do not strive to spend my life's time perfecting my delivery. That's of ego to me. I do art because I want to express what I think. And the pure drive behind it is the punk movement. The Sex Pistols replaced a very good bassist with Sid Vicious, who couldn't play the bass at all. Why? Because Vicious had more passion for what he was doing than the former bassist. punks do not do things to better the thing. They do things because it's what they want to do. And I know for the art world, that's not how it works. But my approach to art is I don't give a crap what people think aesthetically about my craft, about mistakes, about how it looks so bold or offensive, and it's not. That is not my intention, and people who aren't artists do not get that.
The art world doesn't get it either, because the art world is is religion.
Yes.
These worlds, and the point of the punk movement and what you're doing is through expression, which people would criticize as like self-centered or selfish, is actually, it's resistance. It's because, religion at its very core does not want you to have any identity outside of it.
That's right.
And so they pick at anything that they see.
Right.
And, they did that to me in college, where I'm hanging out with kids, and I'm hanging out with them thinking I'm going to share Christ with them. And the Christians come up to me and they're like, "Are you all right? Like, how's your walk?"
Gosh.
Because I'm with other people. It is so wild.
So the Pharisees in Matthew chapter 9 came to Jesus and they said to his disciples, "Why does your master eat with sinners and publicans?" It's the same stuff.
Yeah.
Christians should be eating, drinking, laughing, partying with sinners and publicans.
Yeah.
Who is in you is what makes you, not what is around you. I can't take it.
The simplest message of Christianity that's been turned on its head. So,
it is. So we have a little graphic here. I'm sorry, Delaney, if
No.
I jumped on you. My art aesthetic, because I am Shawn the Baptist, is simply this. I don't want to be derivative, even though I am, because very few things are original. So I don't want to be derivative, but I am. I don't care about professionalism. I don't care about medium. I don't care about people's perception. I do what I want to do with the craft I have without trying to hone my craft through school and education. It's not based in that, similar to the do-it-yourself punk movement that we saw with the Ramones and the Pistols and the Buzzcocks and the early Clash, and like novice filmmaking, novice music making, childlike expressions when children make a cup for their Yornie. This is a cup my granddaughter made. That is the most beautiful expression of art to me than anything that is perfected by stylists. Okay, and like my art is like the Sonic Youth band approach to music. They said, we don't care about tuning, we don't care about this, we want to make art through our music. That's what the art is. And then raw, hard, unseeming, not caring to impress, to teach. Everything's to teach and cause reaction, not to offend but contend. And would rather be honest than popular or valuable, but I won't sell anything unless it's for a fortune because it's so important to me. And it's authentic from my soul. And if I do a piece of art, you're getting what I feel and see in something. And for those of you who don't like it, that's the spirit of man in me. And we have that. Like a football player looks at another player on the opposite side and says, "Come on, Mo, bring it." I am doing that with my soul and art. You don't like it. You think I'm not a Christian. Go away.
Yeah, so at the core of all of this is that there's a collective Christianity and there's a personal Christianity, and you are trying to do everything you can to personally understand, know, relate to, talk to, be with Christ.
Yeah.
And Christianity wants to absolutely kill that in you, so that it can control what Christianity is and make money or whatever they do. You do it, and because you're trying to inspire others to also do it.
Be free.
Yes, be free. Be free. That's,
in whatever you are.
Yeah, it's not out of some, the religionists call it like whatever, selfish. You're creating your own
They call it anarchy, selfishness, of the devil, Marxist,
dark,
socialist.
Yeah. So then they look at art that is very dark in aesthetic, and they they can't, these people that literally, if you look at them, would immediately understand they don't even ever consider art. These are not art people,
Right.
yet they have an opinion.
Yeah.
They have an opinion on art when they probably have never been to a museum in their life.
Yeah.
But Christianity has made it where they can.
Yep.
Because they look at it and they think,
Yeah.
this is dark because it uses the color black.
Yeah.
Like, as it is so
Yeah.
insane.
It is, and that's exactly how they're trained to see the world. If it doesn't fit the culture, it's something wrong, right?
Yeah.
And that we're fighting against that strong. I would just want to say, Shawn the Baptist does not believe anybody should go to college for theology, ever, or college for art. I think real art and real theology is an open game that you don't learn. You train yourself, because when you learn from the masters, all you're doing is mimicking. And that's the same with religion. When you go to theology school, all you do is mimic. No one's thinking, no one's doing it for themselves, and no one is free in how they live. We want people to be free in God and in their life. If you want to go to school for law, go. Medicine, please. I don't want a doctor who hasn't gone to school. But those two areas, man, Shawn the Baptist is like, come on, man.
Okay, can I ask a clarifying
please.
final question?
Yes.
In my little education that was kind of in an artistic thing, my understanding is that, and religion, it's the same thing. There's an established thing because you want to develop a way to communicate. Like, you need language, you need terms, all these things to be able to communicate. And they get really bothered when they talk to you because you're breaking down language even itself. You're like, what does faith mean? I can't define it. What do you get? So you're getting to where, like, I don't know. Anyway, that is a thing. So what do you do with that? This need to communicate, and there being references that two people can point to and, like, communicate with each other. You're not calling for total dysfunction in the world. So what are you calling for?
Well, what I'm calling for is first of all, the principle is human beings will always take something and try to culturalize it and corporatize it so that they can own it and control it and monetize it. Okay, so where they're right in the need to communicate through agreeable terms,
in other realms.
In other realms, right?
Theology and art.
Right.
I see.
When they do it with theology and art, it strips the spirit out of it, because the spirit is individual, subjective, talking to the Muslim, the Jew, the Protestant, and the spirit's language speaks to them at the level they're at. When we try to corporatize it into concepts for people that they must embrace, we then turn into fighters.
Yeah, where, like, a definition of the word might even evolve for a person.
Yeah.
And so I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And so Shawn the Baptist is talking about desystematizing just theology and just art.
Yeah, Shawn McCraney's talking about art. Shawn the Baptist doesn't care about art,
see,
but I speak the same.
Yeah.
But they're part of me.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Your subjective experience brings architecture. It brings linear thinking. It brings math. And I learn from you by that. And I don't try to get you to not think that way. Mine comes subjectively through a whole litany of other things. Leave me the hell alone.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me be the Christian I want to be. Let you be the Jew you want to be, the Muslim. Come on, let's unite in this resistance against authority.
Yeah. It's so funny because you do communicate and have a very airtight, like, biblical philosophy at the same time, but it is about this subjectivity. So, okay.
Well, I did go to school of ministry, so I was taught. I did go on a Mormon mission, in a mission center, so I was inculcated with language on what things are and how to believe.
Well, it's just, the point is that it's just for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it's not you. You are working for yourself to learn.
Right.
And that is the point. You're not arguing for not learning theology and not learning art. It's doing it for yourself, and that doing it for yourself is how it's learned the best, rather than some school teaching you the historical perspective, which actually muddies it.
Yeah.
You can learn the history yourself and interpret it yourself.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
The final area of our shows on Tuesday nights are liminal limits of real living. The word liminal is it's kind of a popular word these days. In fact, I did not know it until just fairly recently. And it's, you might know in the architecture world, it's a space between. A liminal space is like something between two main spaces. So I'm calling it liminal limits of real living. And what that's about is that these are segments from the spirit of man. Okay, we've taken them from YouTube, and they are going to offer you what people do with their liminal space between being born and dying. We call that life. This is what people do, and some of it's good and some of it's suggested as bad. You watch 3 videos with us right now. We'll watch them and then we'll come back and comment. First one is all about the liminal space of a group of people that call themselves Christians, and watch.
You ready for your miracle?
If you could have a miracle, what would you want it to
That I can walk.
be? Just one. Is that what you want, Grace? Just to walk?
Not just to walk.
You feel that? No, I don't. Tell me how you feel now. But the pain is leaving out right now. Whatever you do right now, don't you stop tithing. Don't you stop sowing offerings. Increase your seed and store up for the future. The fire of heaven, the fire of heaven, the fire of heaven, the fire of heaven, the fire of heaven. Man, take it, take it, take it, take it, take it away. Take the fresh breath of the Spirit.
And you need to make a vow of faith of $1,000. Oh God, couldn't you say $20,000? You can't see what that seems until you let go of what is seen. And that's I'm talking about your money.
You get that tithe in that church, you get that offering in that church, and then you go home and you do what we're supposed to do.
You need to send in $3,500. You need to send in $35,000. You need to send in that $100,000 check. If you do not write that P.O. box and you do not call that toll-free number, you will never see sustainment in your life, and your dream will die, your call will die.
Walk out of it. In the name of Jesus. Thank you. Oh, the more we learn about this covering of crime, somebody's son is going to be set free from alcohol because of your $1,000 seat.
That's why I say $1,000. $1,000.
$1,144.
Show me the money.
You are not going to have diarrhea any longer. Go into it right now. I mean right now.
Show me the money.
Do it. You need to do it right now.
Show me the money.
It's all about the money. It's all about the money. It's all about the money.
Makes me upset. It makes me really upset. I mean, we, for 20 years, have taught the Bible. We have 4 people show up. These places are filled with lunatics that are following shearers of the sheep for money. And it is so disturbing to my heart. I want to fucking burn them down, man. And because God cares about those people. He loves all of them, including the liars. but it's so disturbing to me, and we need to stand. I don't know how Christianity has allowed this, and they pick on us.
Yeah,
they pick
more
on
than
us.
anyone.
More than anybody. They allow that. How do they allow Calvinists to preach a God who is sending everybody to hell except their elect? How do we allow it? And I know we're speaking evil of them, but we need to unite. If you're a Pentecostal, if you're a Calvinist, come out. We'll love you, and you can believe as you want, but that's an affront to me. It makes me sick. Yeah.
I have no words. I'm emotional at it too.
The only thing true in that was that damn guitarist who is so good.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
He's unreal.
All right. Not all manipulations are bad. Manipulations. Consider this information passed on. I got to remember this guy's name because I learned so much from him, but he echoes Aristotle.
Right.
The writer Hunter Ash once argued that most people, even the smartest and the best educated, will use what they know not to understand the world, but to win an argument for their tribe. The number of people trying to genuinely understand reality is vanishingly small. The ancient Greeks had a word for this. They called it amathia, and they argued it would be the downfall of civilization. Amathia is usually translated as ignorant, but is not the same as ordinary ignorance. With ordinary ignorance, you can resolve it by giving somebody a book, a documentary, or an experience. But amathia is something darker. Amathia is the active refusal to know. It's the grade A student who thinks they're too good for their teacher's feedback. It's when somebody refuses to learn how to say your name properly. It's when an otherwise intelligent person refuses to learn anything that might challenge their already held beliefs. The Stoic Epictetus argued that amathia is one of the greatest causes of human evil. If somebody walks around with the smug self-conviction that they already know enough, they will stop trying to learn more. If somebody thinks they are perfect, they will stop trying to be better. If you view your beliefs as a position to defend and not as a hypothesis to challenge, you will use your knowledge and your intelligence as a weapon. Simple ignorance is not the problem. The problem is when somebody decides for whatever reason that they are already right and you are already wrong.
Wish I could take him everywhere we go.
Sorry, I keep doing that.
Don't you?
I know. That is Christianity to a T.
To a T.
To a T.
Yep.
Christians.
It's Mormonism.
Yeah. It's probably all religions. We just aren't familiar with them.
Yeah.
And we're calling people, if you are that type of religious, also come meet us because we will talk to you about how that's the antithesis.
Yeah. We'll tell you straight up, you've been lied to.
Yeah.
Because that is not how you worship God, and you've been lied to by parents and pastors and rabbis and priests and popes. You've been lied to give you a mindset that you know everything. You don't know anything, neither do we.
And we know that that's the case, that they've been lied to, because there are people in every single one of those religions that don't do that.
That's right.
And that's who we're trying to unite with. That's what unity
right.
for Shawn the Baptist is, those people that are able to see through the BS and get to the heart of whatever texts they're looking at, which is probably about faith and love in the end.
Yeah.
So
really good. So that's why we're saying come out and meet us. We want to unite with you. If you have a heart of what Delaney just described, come out and meet Shawn the Baptist. Go to meetshawnthebaptist.com. Final for the night.
You get used to how great your life is. No one had a hot shower until 50 years ago. George Mack, my friend, pointed this out to me. Well, look, when you stand in a hot shower, just for a moment, just go, well, no one that you admire from 100 years ago had this simple pleasure in life. And when you look at the world that we live in, we're like, there's been 100 billion people ever, right? We are in the top percentile in terms of the luck that we have had. The lives, like the calorific intake that we just take for granted, the fact that our children don't die, in the first year, the modern medicine, the entertainment that we get, we're living like kings. And yet, life has never been objectively better and subjectively worse, because the nature of humanity is our desires are mimetic. So we've got this thing where we sort of, how happy are you? Well, it's your quality of life minus envy. That's how happy you are. And it's easy to look at everyone else and how they're doing and not take pleasure in what you have.
Any thought on that?
No, that's fantastic. The whole point of our perspective is that the world's getting better.
Yeah.
And it is subjectively worse for Christians, which is why everyone is out to say, for everyone, where the apocalypse is the goal of life for all people right now, or the goal or the inescapable like reality. But I think that I really like that happiness minus envy is the quality of your life. And so we're trying to get people to recognize the happiness and lose the envy.
That's right.
So.
And that's one of the reasons I come to you honestly like this. But we also, built into that is, we don't want you to envy us for anything. I mean, I'm nobody to follow. I'm nobody to envy. My life has been wrought with problems, and I have a lot of emotional things. You can see that. So we're not saying, look at me, follow me. We're saying, look to the God you believe in, unite with others, stop envying, stop fighting, and let's make this world an even better place than one that is steadily looking like it's worse.
100%.
Are we done?
We're done. Thanks, everybody.
Go to meetshawnthebaptist.com.
All right.
Behold, I send my